Okay, now that we've gotten to know each other a little better, Jasmine, we're going to do a modified version of the OCAIRS assessment. The full assessment typically takes 20 to 30 minutes to complete, but we're going to pick a shortened version of that with just a few questions from each category, okay? Okay. Overall, the purpose of the OCAIRS interview is to gather and analyze and also to report data on the extent of an individual's occupational participation. Let's start off a little bit with roles.
Okay.
What do you like to do? What would be your major responsibilities?
So right now I am a student and I am also an employee. Those are my two biggest roles, but I would also consider myself a daughter, a roommate, a girlfriend. So those are all pretty important to me. And but like I said, being a student and an employee are my two biggest roles right now.
Biggest roles. Do you feel that you're able to gain enjoyment out of your roles? Do they fulfill your need for things?
Yes.
Okay.
I also forgot to mention that I'm a babysitter,
Okay.
and this has been recent. So as far as enjoyment goes, I would say that I kind of do because the person that I do it for needs my help. But that's not
Okay.
necessarily something that I enjoy pursuing.
Okay, great. And overall, with your roles, how well done do you feel like you are at things? Do you feel like you're good at your job? Do you feel like you're fulfilling what you need to for your obligations?
I feel that I put forth 100% effort for the most part. Sometimes it's challenging to balance all of my roles at once,
Okay.
but I try to put forth all the effort and therefore think that I do a pretty good job or try to do my best in fulfilling those roles.
Perfect. Let's talk a little bit about your skills. Do you feel you're able to concentrate, problem solve, make decisions to get things done in your life?
I think so. Being a student kind of pushes me to better myself and get better at those skills that you kind of mentioned, but I think so.
Okay. And do you feel that you have the feasibility to accomplish the things you need to do or also want to do?
Yes, my physical health I think is pretty important to me, so I make sure that I am capable of doing things that are required of me physically.
Okay.
And then sometimes even more, I like to challenge myself and make sure that I keep myself physical.
Great. Okay. An important section to go over as well is a little bit about your goals. Do you ever set goals for yourself? Do you make plans for the future? And if so, have you followed through with any of those goals, do you feel?
Yes, actually for one of my classes right now, we are forced to make goals for ourselves, and I'm in the process of accomplishing some of those goals and realizing what it takes to accomplish goals, and when you have setbacks, how to get back on track with different goals. And I think throughout I've always set goals so that I had something to reach for and didn't just stay stationary.
Okay. And based on those goals, what goal would you have for yourself, do you say, for, in the short term, maybe the next week, next month? Do you have anything in mind for that?
Yeah, short term, going back to being a student, as it's one of my biggest roles that I have, one of my short-term goals is getting done with one of my assignments that's been weighing on me. It's a group assignment, and so short-term goal is to get that done and out of the way and get some feedback on that.
Okay. And then in the long term, do you have any long-term goals? Let's think time frames of maybe a 1 year or even further out, 5 to 10 years.
Yes. A year from now, I would like to be graduated and further down the road, be working for a company that's neuro-based, occupational therapy, and maybe even work for a company that notices like student loan forgiveness. Those are some of my future goals.
Those sound very good. Do you have any ways in mind that you will accomplish those goals?
I've already done some research on student loan forgiveness facilities, and I think to accomplish those goals, I can continue that research and maybe develop some strategies to specifically accomplish those.
Okay, very good. All right, well, Jasmine, that concludes our interview. I appreciate your time and your honest answers.
Thanks.